You're
They're
right,
gonna
stream, I
activate
mean.
their audio anyway.
Thank God.
Not like their voices. Yeah, no, like their voices ain't gonna sound good on the audio quality
You know they could
anyway.
probably hear you, right?
That's a joke.
Okay.
They just start spitting insults.
Okay, so I'm gonna look down, just like you said. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
3, 2, 1, go. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Fighting Bug here with Hitterpline, and welcome to the Dark Revival Archives.
Dun dun dun.
Now, it has actually been, yeah, just like the
Endless
rest of Dark
torture.
Revival, it's been a little while since I did. By the way, we just got finished playing Bendy Lone Wolf earlier, and
Oh
the
my god, there's so many characters we have to
okay,
read.
so hold on, let me see if hold on, what does that say? The archives. Welcome to the archives. Bendy in the Dark Revival is filled with numerous characters, that each had a critical role to play in the progression of the game. Here in the archives, you will learn a little bit more about them in an up close and personal way. Feel free to explore.
I
So I
have an
think we should
idea.
start things off with
Let's
Bendy
start
here,
with the ones in
obviously.
the middle. Hold on,
Yeah,
let's
well, let's
start
start
with the
with
ones in
Bendy
the middle, and
first.
then we'll go left, and then we'll go
Yep.
right.
Okay,
Okay, so
and by
here comes
Bendy, I mean
Bendy.
this little guy right here.
Bendy, the iconic imp, was redesigned for Dark Revival to stand out a bit from his traditional cartoon appearance by giving him a suit of clothes. He posed minor challenges, especially creating a face that spotted the classic Bendy eerie smile, but still managed to be heartwarming in the right condition. He is fan favorite, so his design had to be right during production.
Just right
Just right. We
during
we
production.
we
We
originally
here, I'll read
yeah,
the
I
rest.
can't really read
We
it. Yeah.
originally envisioned Bendy to talk with a series of cute squeaks to contrast the dark, low voice of the Ink Demon, but this turned out to be very distracting, and the idea was scrapped pretty early on. Imagine how annoying that would be, like Bendy keep constantly squeaking.
Hmm.
That would actually be kind of annoying. And before we get to those guys, I think if I remember correctly, Harold is in this garbage can.
Yeah.
Yep. Say it, Hero Brian.
Too much dry air, not enough fish food.
Rest in peace, Harold.
He died.
2022 to 2025.
Oh god, he did.
He did. Okay, all right. What's next? So we got.
Wilson.
Do we should we start with Wilson or should we start with Audrey?
You start with Wilson.
Okay, all right. I'll read Wilson's. Wilson was a difficult character to balance at first. The players are purposely led to believe he is a one-note character, obviously evil with a over-the-top villain personality. But as the story progresses, we see other sides of the character, and the player becomes waddled with who this man really is. In one draft, Wilson was written as a servant of Nathan Arch Jr., a separate character at the time, but the story for far more made far more sense when the two characters became one, eliminating a lot of needless narrative complexity. It's very interesting how they were gonna have a Nathan's kid anyways, but they weren't gonna have it as Wilson first.
Hmm.
Uh, here, right, look at his shoe.
Which one?
the,
What's
the
wrong with it?
it's invisible.
It is for you, but it's not for me.
Yeah, like it's for some reason see through. That's weird. Okay, next up we got Audrey. Do you want to read this one?
You gotta remember, I have a bad cough.
I know. Yeah, Herobrine has a serious cough, guys. So if his voice sounds different, we apologize.
Audrey is a kind-hearted rogue with courage, determination, some flaws, and a deep, dark
Could you speak up,
past.
please?
To The whole point of a cough fighting bug is to take it easy.
Okay, okay.
To make our story work, we needed a newcomer to the cartoon studio world, and Audrey was the perfect fresh eyes to help the experience, the adventure. From day one of production, we knew that if people didn't connect with Audrey by the end of the game itself wouldn't be successful. Fortunately, she turned out to be quite memorable indeed and stands out from the other members of the cast. Okay, the text in this is so confusing.
Yeah, I'll probably. Is it okay if I read most of it for you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, sounds good. Okay, now should we go with the ink machine or should we go with down here first?
Designed by Thomas Connor of the Gen Corporation, stolen by Joe to retrieve Pirate's Gate, and once again reclaimed by Gen. The Ink Machine's next adventures is a mystery. There you go.
Yeah, a very, very interesting mystery. Yeah, this one's at least easy because it has less text. All right, I'll read most of them for now on. Is it okay?
Yeah.
All right, I'll read these next two for you. First up, we got Porter.
Wait, where?
As this cycle, he's right here on the left
Oh,
side.
what? Oh,
You didn't see him? Okay.
you missed
As
out
the
on Beast
cycle was
Bendy.
held in place, and with the influence of the ink demon held at bay, the cartoon world was able to grow and advance, creating such characters as Porter, a lost one came who, who came to claim a new identity as an explorer. Porter was written with the knowledge that Dark Revival would feature a far more serious tone than the first game of Bendy and the Machine, and his what does that say? Is what light-hearted? Is that light? Is
Yeah,
it?
lighthearted.
Okay. Oh, light-hearted. My bad. I thought that was an F. His light-hearted innocence would help the player feel some warmth in this inky world of sorrow. I just got the hiccups. All right. Next up is Heidi. It is believed that Heidi has spent some time in the pit, a prison set up by Wilson and the Keepers. It is unclear why, but most likely she was able to access places she shouldn't have. The experience in the pit changed her, as it does many, reverting her into a childlike state, longing for happiness again.
I
I
want
think
to
it's
read.
stated that in Lone Wolf. I haven't actually. I have not seen any spoilers, but I have heard on like some Reddit posts or something. I mean, not Reddit posts, but something. Um, some news that these two are actually friends.
Hmm.
Interesting. And here it is, the man himself. Who is it here, Brian?
Who?
Hint: Bendy mask.
Oh. Sammy Lawrence.
All right, you can read this one.
The famous music composer of the studio, Sammy Lawrence, originally had a slightly larger role in the story of Dark Revival, but in a story already filled with so many characters, making them all play a meaningful part became a challenge. He was ultimately sidelined in favor of telling a more coherent story, although it is interesting to note that Sammy Lawrence appears to have mastered the flow ability in Bending the Machine long before Porter and Audrey could wield it.
I do find that very interesting, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, so also I think it actually makes sense because when the game was first announced, Samuel Lawrence was getting a lot of merch, which means that was probably around the time when he was actually supposed to be very important.
Hmm.
Fascinating. All right, we're gonna go down here now. We got two things right here. I'll read them for you. We got Lord.
I can read Lord Amok.
Okay, well we'll say about Mock after Alice Angel. I'll do Alice
Oh.
Angel. The self-appointed queen of the studio. Alice Angel is one of the most memorable faces in the Bendy world. Forever lost in a tide of insanity, she is an absolute delight to write for as a character. An angel with many layers. Time will only tell if this inky temptress will ever reappear. Was that good? Was
Yeah.
that good? Okay, okay, all right. Your turn.
Ruler of a sewer cult, Lord Amok illustrates how the world of the Ink had continued to develop into different societies deep within the darkest places. Though he was weak in a fight, his name will simply never die.
Oh, hell, Lord.
The King Widow.
Oh wait, the King Widow. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Which one do you want to do? Which one do you think is easier?
Ink widows have begun to infest where the light grows darkest. Their king, the biggest and most feared, will only emerge from his nest when its young are threatened.
I always thought it was the Queen because.
Yeah.
All right, well, I'm gonna read Ship Ahoy Dudley. Ship Ahoy Dudley, the demented invention of Wilson, created to serve the dual purpose of dethroning the Ink Demon in the cartoon world, and also my clip just recorded.
Dude,
Just a sec, hold on. There we go. That's
it
better.
still has Wilson's head on us.
Yeah, but his head's a little bit more messed up. Did you notice that? Yeah, hold on. Where
Yeah.
was I? Okay, all right, I'll continue from here. And also upstaging Joey Drew in the eyes of Wilson's father, Nathan Arch. Neither of these happened. Shippahoy Dudley is a mysterious sailor with his own eerie grin. Similar to that of Bendy, along with his sidekick Crackle the Crab, it is unknown just what kind of cartoon adventures they would have had together. I really like Shipboy Dudley. He's one of the most interesting. If I'm gonna be honest, if someone would have told me that in the Bendy sequel that they would have a giant like sailor monster crab thing
Be
as the
honest with me
final
for a
boss
number.
of the game,
Yeah.
and I'm not including Base Bendy because he's not really a boss fight, um, I would have laughed in their ass or face. Sorry. Why did I say
Did
whatever?
you die to him at all, or?
I not really.
Oh, okay. The
All right.
Lurker, or Steve as he became to be known, was originally created as a group-type
I
enemy
am Steve.
that would free roam the way Lost Ones do, but ultimately felt unnecessary as the random Ink Demon encounters already fulfilled the role of putting in the player on edge while exploring previous traverse locations. In the end, the Lurker found a much better calling as an unlikely ally, effectively expanding him into more than just a typical enemy.
I really like the Lurker's
Interesting.
design. He is so interesting. But goddamn, do you think Brew Boris could fight something like this?
No.
Actually, yeah. We're gonna go visit the Butcher Gang.
Oh, right, the Butcher Gang.
Yeah. First off, we have the Keeper. I'll read the Keepers. The Keepers, Wilsons, Deadly Guards, and Scientists. They aren't perfect, but the Keepers will get the job done, no matter the cost. They are responsible for pressing the Ink Demon inside a smaller form, keeping his powers sealed away until Audrey came along and unknowingly changed the situation. The Keepers were visually designed to reflect the dangers and the evils of the machine itself, faceless beings made of gears and wires, with no sense of morality, ordered around like a cattle, a creation living without a purpose.
Dude, we only have to read one of the Butcher Gang members because they're all the same description.
Okay. Well, in that case,
Should just do Barley.
which, let's do Slicer actually. All right, ready? Go.
Barley, Charlie, and Edgar, the three original members of the Butcher Gang, were formed from the ink machine, deconstructed by Alice Angel for body parts, and bond
Bond together
bond
to
together to stay alive with sneak attacks on their prey. In Dark Revival, meet an artificial
artificial.
fourth member of the gang, Carly, the ghost girl. Although when you begin to examine her closely, Carly appears to only be a shell with perhaps someone inside.
I wonder if that's true. Like, do you want to see if there's actually is someone inside? Do you see anyone? To be honest, Carly's one of the most interesting characters I've
Dude,
ever seen in the game.
her eyes
Despite how
follow
annoying she
you.
is.
Her eyes follow you.
Wait, what? Oh, Oh, I don't like that. I don't like that. Okay, I'm out of here. Get out of this asshole. Hellhole. Oh,
Didn't you have to deal with her for the whole game?
oh yeah, I did. All right, so now we got this side. This side has the Ink Demon. I'll read the Ink Demon, and you can read Beast Bendy. Uh, as the world of Dark Revival became more complex and established, we realized the Ink Demon's design needed a complete rethink to match our new tone. Previous versions of his appearance, looked absolutely silly when placed in the world alongside the other characters. No amount of creepy music or screen effects could conceal how out of place he looked. The Ink Demon needed to look different than everything else in the world and show a natural progression of the Ink Demon's evolution as Wilson held the cycle in place. He was like a fucking xenomorph, doesn't he?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, your turn, Beast Bendy.
Returning for the climax of Dark Revival, Beast Bendy also was revisited with the mindset of making him far more powerful and beast-like. Traditionally, in most horror games, they tend to build to a point where the main villain becomes a final form monster as a final boss. It's practically a trope. Our idea, what if you got to play as that final form instead?
It's very interesting, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, if I'm being honest, I like to see as the Ink Demon as like a xenomorph, while Beast Bendy is like Venom. Somebody doesn't look like Venom with those teeth. Okay, so we got where should we continue from here?
Betty.
Betty. Okay,
Wait,
I
no, no,
was gonna
no.
go.
Joey Drew.
Yeah, I was about to say Joey Drew, the man, the legend, the memory, creating this version of Joey. Oh fuck, hold on. Over that. Uh, sorry. Creating this version of Joey Drew was both an exciting and daunting process. It was clear from the start that this version of Joey would be different from the one from the original Bendy and the Machine game. This was a man with all the guilt from a past life, but without the experience to fully understand it. The real Joey Drew made many mistakes, but ultimately learned from them. This doesn't absolve him of his sins, but at the end of his life, he was able to help correct some of them and help fight the darkness he created. It really is interesting how, out of all people, Joey Drew would get a redemption arc.
Hmm.
Like, did you ever realize that? How the guy who literally caused all this to happen, for some reason, got a redemption arc.
Crazy.
Yeah. Hey, take some notes, William Afton or Arlie Sawyer. I don't fucking know. All right, next up is Betty. Want to read this one?
Oh, Betty?
Yeah.
A faithful maid, among other things, to Wilson, Betty was an important character to the story of Dark Revival. As a failed experiment and someone relatively new to the cartoon studio, she was able to give a somewhat different point of view on the state of the world. We have purposely left it unclear if Betty was in on Wilson's plot to harvest Audrey or if she is just a bystander behind her mask. There are still answers to be found.
It seems like she didn't know if you really think about it. In the pictures at the end, the very end of the game, they made it looked like Betty definitely was unclear what Wilson was really planning.
Hmm.
Pretty cool though. All right, we're not gonna go to the real life world just yet. We're gonna go over here instead and pay a visit to the cycle breakers. Which one should we start with?
Henry.
Yeah, Henry, my boy, the original cycle breaker. Henry Stein is the ghost of the man who lost his purpose years ago. Once fueled with finding a way to escape the tortures of the demon and finding his way home to his wife, Henry is now left with the cold reality of being a recreation of the person he thought he was. Saved as a special surprise for fans of the Bendy Machine game, Henry was strictly omitted from all public discussion of the character during the entire production, which spanned several years, but Henry returned with a satisfying face reveal. I'm really glad that they actually finally made a character model for Henry after all these years. Like Bendy Machine, you could not see his face, right?
Hmm. Oh, hey. Sorry, we're just making a small video real quick. If you want to wait, that's fine, but... Did he lose power again? Yeah. Okay, now... Okay. Boris isn't in the archives. He is? Where? Oh. Hmm. Oh my god. Yes. After we've made this recording, you're restarting your Xbox. Hmm? Oh, what the hell? With more what? Yes. What? Thomas Allison's story where is Boris? The Wolf rumor has it, during the events of the game, Boris is experiencing a dark survival story of his own. Huh. Wait, who put what here to cut out? Oh. Hmm. See what? Oh my god, why can't I clean my damn phone?
Vicinity is behind me, but I guess it's kind of impossible to view him.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's okay. And I think honestly, if I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really super creative at this point. So because we already know about Audrey and Wilson, right?
Yeah.
So we're just gonna not do much more. But you know what? I think that's pretty much it for the archive today. Nothing really
Yeah, it
special.
is.
We already read this one, but well, yeah, it's very special actually. What am I talking about? Okay, so Ryan, how do you feel about coming back to this?
Hmm.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, before we head out, is the traditional segment where mainly the archive will give you a chance to run these archives. That hero run, if you get us.
Oh, right.